just wait until Netflix buys the Warner Brothers.
No.
And then we don't ever get to see superhero movies on the big screen anymore.
No.
So basically, if you haven't heard, Warner Brothers basically decided to
sell their
go up for sale. So the original plan for Warner Brothers was next year, splitting the company to Warner Brothers. And I think the Discovery is different because they had merged a couple years ago. And I think they were going to split into two different companies again and then go up for sale. But this guy at Paramount, Skydance, is like giving a lot of offers to buy Warner Brothers. So what he ended up doing was starting this bidding war earlier than Warner Brothers had planned, but they realized they were going to make a lot more money if they sold now than if they waited till next year and did their whole split thing. So they're like, okay. So Netflix comes out and offers like $80+ billion to buy Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers agrees to this. But then there's a wrench that gets thrown in the plan where Paramount Skydance does this thing called a hostile takeover, which I'm not exactly sure how it officially works, but essentially they made a different offer. And so their offer is over $100 billion. And also each share is worth more than what Netflix was offering. They're both actually pretty, in terms of like long-term, they're trying to convince, each side's trying to convince the shareholders which one's more lucrative. I don't know, but I don't know all that nonsense. But basically, there's two mega corporations that are trying to buy another mega corporation, and nobody in America likes this other than like the investors
and the shareholders,
and the billionaire CEOs. Nobody else on planet Earth is like, oh wow, I'm glad that Warner Brothers is for sale right now. The company that released the first ever movie in the theaters that had talking in it was released by Warner Brothers. This jazz singer is now willing to sell themselves out to Netflix. And to me, that's a tragedy. You know, like these are pioneers in the American Hollywood movie industry. They have ownership over some of the most beloved movies we've ever seen. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, right? Those are only the modern ones. But they have a long history of being one of the best production companies. They have a long reputation for being director friendly. And Netflix is making a competitive bid for them. They might win the bidding war. They might. And the Netflix CEO has already said that if they do purchase Warner Brothers, expect shorter release windows. They've said that in theaters, I should say, they said that the theater model for like exclusive theater rights is like outdated. He says that we want to get movies to people the way they want to quicker. So they seem to be under the impression that people they would just rather watch all movies at home than go to the theaters. Which maybe that's true for some movies, but I think it's way more complicated. Like movie going habits are more complicated and nuanced than just, you look at a lot of people watching streaming, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo that they're trying to say. The really only thing, at the end of the day, the only thing that these people care about is money. Like they don't care about the movie theater going experience. Paramount Skydance isn't even thinking about that either. I don't think. Now, Paramount Skydance, they're trying to play the role of the good guy here of like, we're going to save movie theaters. And maybe they're right. Like maybe it is the better of the two evils to purchase Warner Brothers. But again, that's just so much of what we watch will be consolidated more and more to fewer and fewer people. And that's just bad that's bad for the economy. It's bad for the movie industry, and it violates 100 billion different antitrust laws probably. Warner Brothers, Paramount, I think has petitioned the U.S. government, or is one of the senior officers at Paramount has spoken to Donald Trump about if Netflix purchases Warner Brothers, they will own over 43% of all. I think it's called SVOD, or streaming video on demand. So if you're talking about Netflix, HBO, Disney Plus, all of those TV entertainment subscriptions, 43% of them will belong to Netflix. And they said that far surpasses the threshold that would be considered a monopoly. So, which is true.
Yeah.
But also there's a lot of TV deals and stuff that Paramount Skydance has, and TV deals that Warner Brothers had, that if they merged, they'd also be monopolizing other industry as well. So again, it's just a bleak, especially if Netflix wins this war. That's just really sad. Go to the theaters, please. Just don't wait for it to come out. Go to the movie theaters, please.
I've echoed this before, I think, on the podcast, but people who stream also go view stream movies. They also go to the theaters, like ourselves. I go to the theater all the time, but I also watch stuff on streaming. I watch movies again after I've seen it in theaters on streaming. So it's really frustrating that a company like Netflix, whom until the past 5 years, I was really positive on. I just really liked what they were doing. I loved Stranger Things. I love that they were developing their own movies and their own shows, and I thought it was fun. But the idea that they want to purchase another company and then basically remove them or limit how long they're in theaters, just taking away something from me. This affects me personally, and it affects you personally too. If you go to the theater, Netflix is one of their co-CEOs, like Wesley said, they're going to limit release windows in theaters from 2 to 3 months down to 1 month. Do you know how that sounds like a long time, but think about it. If you can only go to see the movie on the weekends, all of a sudden that's maybe 6 to 8 days that you are available to go to catch a movie. And if you are busy that month, or you had other things planned, or you just can't find the time, all of a sudden you just, and then Netflix is going to turn around and say, oh, this movie didn't do well in the box office, so we're not going to put movies in the theaters. That's what will happen in 10 years. It is a frustrating reality. On the bright side, I think people are a little fatigued by streaming services with how much they cost. So I'm hoping, the most effective vote is with your wallet. So please, folks, like Wesley said, go to the movies.
Yeah, and I know movie theaters are really expensive too, and I get it. There's a lot of different factors at play to why movie theaters are declining in attendance, and it's not just what the Netflix guy says is people don't want to go anymore. That's not the reason. People would love to go, maybe if tickets weren't so expensive. And even the movie theater industry is, AMC is, there's not as many different kind of players out there, but
they raised my A list.
So I get it. There's problems in all forms of this industry, but I just don't see how Warner Brothers, selling themselves out at all helps anything. Other than a couple billionaires make another $1 billion. That's, really what it's all about. When this guy, the CEO, David Zaslav, came in 5 years ago or whatever, gutted everything, laid off a bunch of people, canceled a bunch of projects and put them as tax write-offs, and then is now selling it. That's just a classic example of
it's sad.
Yeah, that happens to so many different companies. It's just sad. Somebody just doesn't care about the company that they're owning. They just see it as a form to cash out. And I get it. I'm not naive. That's how the world works. I get it. But maybe that's not how it should, Yeah. And again, it's this doesn't benefit anybody other than a very, very small percentage of people. It doesn't benefit us. having a movie release in theaters early doesn't or leave theaters to come to Netflix doesn't really benefit my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it's a movie I really want to see, and if it's a movie that people really want to see, they're going to go see it. You know, they will. I mean, it's not like movies are, it's not like nobody goes to the movies. Yes, our numbers are down, but there's a lot of other reasons that factor into that. Like, but we still see movies make billions of dollars. We see single movies. We see Zootopia 2 makes almost $1 billion in like a week. Like the movies, you can make money at the theaters, but Netflix sees movie theaters as their enemy of their business model, plain and simple. So, I mean, they're just trying to wipe out their competition. I mean, that's what this is. So anyway, I feel like I'm talking in circles.
No.
It's sad. It's frustrating. I don't have all the details behind all of it. Maybe if I said anything incorrect, hold me accountable for it. But I'm pretty sure we got like the situation.
I think we nailed it.
There's a lot of great videos out there that cover this, that people that actually know a lot about business deals and, you know, I just see that two companies are trying to buy this company that shouldn't be selling themselves in the first place. And the only people that it benefits are people we'll never meet that have ungodly amounts of money. So anyway, I'm not a political guy, you know. I'm not trying to make a political statement. I'm just seeing a simple thing in life that irks me.
Yeah.
You know.
I just want to watch my movies, man.
I don't want to see the Batman Part 2 on my iPhone. Like I just no.
Maybe if I'm on a plane.
I don't want to see the next generation of DC studios, you know, being in theaters for a week and then leaving, you know, like
I do not want to see Dune Part 3 on an iPhone.
And I feel like too, over the past couple of years, they've been trying, like, movie studios have been trying to make an effort to say, like, hey, this movie's coming out only in theaters. And then,
shout out to Christopher Nolan, by the way.
Yeah. Like, I feel like after the streaming COVID era, there was a little bit more of a resurgence in saying, like, hey, this movie is coming to theaters. Like, please go see it, you know?
I mean,
I feel like they're trying, like, some studios are trying to get
part of that, I think, is Christopher Nolan. He refused, like, Tenet came out during the pandemic. He refused to let it go to streaming only.
Yeah.
He fought really hard to keep it in theaters. And it did well in theaters at the time. So,
and like
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
The best thing that you can do, the everyday person, is just go to the movies. Go once a month, you know.
Please.
I mean,
go on a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Y'all got families with 3 kids. It's really expensive.
Just take one of the kids.
I get it.
Including those concessions.
But there's no...
Those concessions are investments. That's what those are.
The best way to appeal to the really rich people is to give them money in the ways that you want to give them the money.
That also benefits you.
So...
vote with your wallet.
You know, if you want to save movie theaters, all these rich people care about is money. So if the money is in the theaters, then they're going to go there. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, we can talk about something else now.
Is it?
I'm glad we talked about this though.
I like that.